Kanye.
105.5 The Splash.
Good evening, wherever you are. Welcome you to this edition of Splash Rendezvous. I know that you might be wondering why that sound is coming up. The purpose is simple. We've decided to serve you more from this end. Our decision is to create platforms for engagement on this station, the Integrity Station. And so Splash Rendezvous will run on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So for Monday and Tuesday, you get to listen to us between 5 and 6 p.m. And on Thursday, you have the bumper edition, 5 to 7 p.m. All we do here, like Michael said in the afternoon, is what we call solutions journalism. Our aim is to raise the issues, create the way out from such issues, and ask you to also join us in this discussion. All we do here is for us to put it on the table and simply just discuss it from our own perspectives. And you can also share your perspectives on the program this evening. So the journey has started. We have 3 times in a week. We hope that you will join us on Facebook. We are live, so you can join us on Splash FM Studios. You can see us live, Splash FM 105.5 on Facebook. If you just get there, like our page, and then you can watch us live on the Facebook. You can make comments on Twitter at Splash FM 1055. That's Splash FM 1055. So what are the issues this evening? We're going to look at party politics. So let me say this from the outset. This program will also be delving into politics, particularly party politics, in specific terms. And so we'll be taking a look at different political parties that are in the news and the events that they are carrying out. We'll also be looking at the issues surrounding these political parties, the importance of political parties, party politics in democracy will also be part of what we will do on the program. So today we are zeroing on the APC. So our focus will be the party membership registration and membership revalidation and in the political party, the APC. The CECPC secretary of the APC said that the committee was working to create a member-centered party structure. And so I want my colleague today to take notice of that statement. He said they're looking at a member-centered party structure that will guarantee full participation of all and accord privileges to strengthen APC members' trust, beliefs, and engagement in all its activities. And when the President Muhammadu Buhari, was at his hometown at Daura to revalidate his registration on Saturday, the President assured party members that endorsement of aspirants at the local or state level will no longer come from Abuja. So I'm raising 2 issues right now. So the President said that endorsement of aspirants at the local or state level will no longer come from Abuja. He said it was time to return the APC to the people at the grassroots. So you see that? He's saying that the APC will be returned to the people at the grassroots. He also said, no more crowning from Abuja downward. Let the people know this and appreciate it, that they are in charge of their constituencies and they are in charge of the party. the president made those statements. He said, without any incentive, the party members must come out and defend the party at any level so that you and the party will feel secure and comfortable, because the old time of putting hands in the pocket is over because the money is no longer available. Is the president affirming that there is money politics even in the APC? So he said a continuous sense of ownership by members will strengthen the party structure, guarantee better prospect in election. Those are the words of Mr. President. Would you call these rhetorics? Yes, we'll take a look at that national level. At the local level, so we'll come into Oyo State. Oyo State, you know that it was just yesterday that the APC in Oyo State had a meeting. And so those things that came out of that meeting will be part of our focus on the program this evening. Before I go to that, let me quickly introduce to you my colleagues on the table this evening. Tunde Olawuwo is here. Tunde, good evening.
Good evening to you, Sean, to Michael. It feels good to be here on a Tuesday evening.
It feels strange.
For me, it feels good, actually.
It's strange, but it's good. I mean, the feeling is good. Michael, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thanks for having us again. Just like Tunde said, it feels strange. Yes,
for me,
I didn't say
he said it feels good.
Oh, yeah, it feels good.
For me, it looks strange.
It also looks strange. But you see, nothing can be stranger than not talking about the problems of our nation.
Michael, okay. All right, so let's get on it. For the Oyo State part I was talking about, this communique that came out yesterday, Ibadan stand still as Alawakala, Dari, Adeyemo, Shitu, Lanle, Adesheun, Akade, others attend Oyo APC stakeholders meeting. I mean, that room must have been filled with a lot of power.
Yeah, so much power.
So much energy, in the room where you have all of these people. Yeah. There were many things that came out of that meeting, but one of the things that I want to really bring out is the resolutions. That Oyo APC shall be democratic in all its political activities as this concerns an entrenchment of internal democracy, particularly in the area party congresses and elected positions. That Oyo APC is now an indivisible family poised to win all future elections in the state. Third, the stakeholders also resolved to work together with the National Secretariat for the overall success of the membership registration and revalidation exercise. And finally, that the stakeholders have placed a total ban on the inimical activities of divisive groups such as Lamists, Senako, PDP Reform, and Unity Forum within Oyo APC. What are the implications of these decisions? So we'd like you to also join us. The lines are there. You can be part of it. You can send us a text message, 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. As I said, we are live on Facebook. So let's get cracking. We'll start with the issue of the idea of revalidation. But before we do that, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the revalidation. Is it up to the 21st century standard? Why is this political party still involved in this total revalidation? And we saw the president signing a paper. We'll be back. To stay with us.
Splash FM 105.5.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you go to share with the other neighbors.
Be this.
What's happen?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this, eh?
Yes, now. See what's in they use take cleaner and kill the yama germs come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner. Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with Hypo toilet cleaner to keep it sparkling clean and germ free. Available in sachet for 35 naira only. Madam, now 2 years landlord one collect.
We go pay for 6 years, eh?
Bàbá pẹ̀lú àtẹ̀bí rẹ̀ rí lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá. Bàbá pẹ̀lú àtẹ̀bí rẹ̀ rí lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. ṣùgbọ́n kí ló wá jẹ́ kí nǹkan ó yàtọ̀ fún wọn o. ẹsẹ̀ rí bàbá pẹ̀lú gbọ́ pé GoTV Max ti dín owó wọn kù láti $4,990 sí $3,000 kan ní báyìí. pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ eré ìdárayá, eré oníṣe ilẹ̀ wa, tẹlinùfẹ́là àti erémọdé, inú bàbá pẹ̀lú àtẹ̀bí rẹ̀ kàn dùn ní ṣáá. nítorí náà ìwọ náà dàbí bàbá pẹ̀lú, jẹ́ kí ọpọ́n rẹ̀ sún sí GoTV Max fún $17,000 kí o bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jẹ̀gbádùn eré ìdárayá lẹ́rẹ̀bẹ̀ntẹ́ lẹ́dínwó. máa gọra ẹ nítorí ìwọ̀nba àsìkò láǹfààní rẹ̀ á fi wá o. ìlànà àti àdéhùn àṣà o. GoTV nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey e dey use comfort?
No, dear. Na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
God doesn't find that. When they talk about find out that remedy, they learn from where we did. Because to find it easy for me. I wonder that is what we say easy way for me. Now linking my NIN to my glow line. Don't tell me, Flo. I feel just first now pick up my phone. Go use the USSD code by dialing *109* my NIN hash. Quickly, I go just text my NIN to 109. I feel also visit glowworld.com/NIN on top my super fast internet. If I come the area where we say Glow World near me, let's just walk enter. And if you don't forget your NIN, dial *346#. You don't get them back. Some people there, they call the ask question. We they call register for NIN. Don't worry yourself. Just walk enter any nearest Glow World. Don't let them disconnect you from all the amazing voice and data offers where they inside Glow. Linking your NIN. They're safe and it's 100% free with zero wahala.
Glow, grandmasters of data.
Guy, I'm in front of your house.
God! What is this I'm looking at?
How fun.
Last. Now you this changer at the pill. Wait, wasn't it 2 days ago that you bashed your car? And now you're driving another one?
Oh boy, now blessings on blessings on blessings.
Hey, you just upgraded like that.
Guy, I beg be quiet. Is that how people buy cars? It's the car my insurance company, AXA Mansa, gave me while my car is getting fixed.
It's a lie. AXA Mansa gave you makeshift car.
Yeah.
The same company that took your car to Better Auto Shop all within 24 hours. Guy, why you no show me the way? Before my insurance company make me pack car for 3 months, they jump bus round Lagos.
AXA Mentored Moto Insurance is the one-time insurance feels like an upgrade and leaves you wanting to say thank you for what you truly deserve. Visit www.axamentor.com or call 0700 AXA Mentor today. AXA Mentor.
Wake up, African horse. Get up, on the way to the ground.
Breakfast your day every day with the nourishment of malt, milk, and cocoa, and the delicious taste of Milo.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ nípasẹ̀ ìròyìn BBC ní Yorùbá. Nítorí kí o tó lè tayọ, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n. Ní ìmísí pẹ̀lú àwọn oríṣiríṣi ìròyìn láti ibi àti káàkiri àgbáyé. Nígbà tí o bá ní ìmọ̀ nípa ohun tó ń lọ ní àgbáyé, o lè ṣe ohunkóhun. Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ. Wá BBC News Yorùbá kàn.
When we enter the place, we feel less. We feel less. We feel no one, we feel less. Got the energy, we feel less. Yeah, we feel less. Forever, yeah, we feel less. More positive, more feel less. Got the energy, we feel less.
Fearless energy drink comes in 2 exciting flavors, classic and red berry. So when you need that refreshing energy boosting beverage, drink Fearless. Fearless, energy of Nigeria.
Energy, we feel less.
Splash FM 105.5.
right, we're back. Yes, we have to do that to pick some bills. So let's hit the ground running. So Tunde, I'm coming to you with this first salvo. APC decided to do revalidation. I do not have a problem with membership, new members, but the revalidation of membership, what is the purpose? And then do they have to go through the manual way?
Well, again, for politicians, you never can tell, what they are saying, but they are not telling us. The fact is, if you recall, in 2018, when President Muhammadu Buhari was to run for a second time, they did a direct primaries, and it was said to have recorded about 16 million votes. So, in a way, that was a show of force, a political force, and a message to the opposition party that, look, this is the size of our party. I suppose this idea of revalidation on paper basically is to know who is a member, who is not. Don't forget that the party is about 7 years thereabout now. It came 2013, 2014. So a lot of things must have changed. So many people that have passed. Some have decamped. You remember the PDP governors, the likes of Saraki and Co, who joined then Tampongo, and they left. So maybe it's not necessarily something bad that they are doing this revalidation, because this is 2021. Another general election is maybe to some of us will say it's still 2 years, but as far as politicians are concerned, they will say it's around the corner. Because the real electioneering that we know, it takes about 1 year.
Yeah.
But for the politicians, the whole process has already begun. Of course, there have been people reading meanings to it that, maybe the idea is to muzzle out some people. Maybe the idea is to, seize the structure for some people. But as it is important for every member of that party, to get themselves registered. But you see, when this thing was coming up, there's something that dropped on my mind that, look, there is no way you can separate politics from governance. We spend almost all of our time discussing governance, rightly so, but less on politics. But you can't achieve governance without playing the politics. I think that's the lesson the likes of Dr. Obi Ezekwesili and some people, learned after the 2019 election, that you can't just, jump out when it's 6 months before another election to say, I'm running to be president, I'm running to be governor. You need to play the politics by building a structure, whether it's a new structure or an existing one. So it's going to be really interesting how far APC will be able to go. A lot of people are already positing that this party could disintegrate, at some point leading to 2023. But for now, as watchers of the political space, all we can do is, sit back, watch and report as events unfold. As we have it right now, there are only, two parties in Nigeria, capable of playing at the national level. I mean, the results speak for themselves. You have PDP controlling 16 states, APC with 19 states, and then 1 state for ABGA. Some will tell you that in a national election, maybe you can add that ABGA to PDP. Depending on where the
pendulum is swinging to.
It's really going to be interesting, especially if you bring it down to Oyo State. And I'll tell you why. Oyo is like no other state. In 2011, when we had, the then candidate of ACN, that's late Senator Abiola Ajimobi, up against the incumbent Governor Adebayo Alawakala. The gubernatorial election of Oyo State was actually the most Google searched election in Nigeria.
I remember.
In 2019, 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago, the election that brought the incumbent Governor Seyi Makinde on board was the most talked about election across social media platforms when it comes to state elections. the gubernatorial debate that Splash FM organized at the International Conference Center, trended number 2 nationwide.
Yes, Nigeria.
Just, second to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So
the attention was there.
That Oyo State is always going to be a major talking point, borrowing, the name of Michael's program.
Paying for copyright.
No problem. It's all well and good. So for us, we're just going to watch and see how events unfold.
All right. So, Michael, that validation, seeing the president signing, I had 2 issues, the issue of the use of paper, and then also this COVID-19 era, we're gathering people. So what are your perspectives?
Okay. First, I also thought that bringing people together at this critical time in history, would be an error of some sort, because we've been saying that people should avoid crowded places, and when you have politicians and political party members, going to their ward levels to revalidate their membership, what you are asking for. It was, for me, it was something that I thought should not have happened in 2021. A lot of people are still saying that the government shouldn't have allowed the people to go to NIMC to go and register for their national identification number. And here we are, a big political party that one of the biggest political parties in Africa, asking people to go revalidate. Of course, it's good to revalidate, but I thought that, based on just going to your second question, I thought that revalidation of a political party in 2021, underlying 2021, should have become, something bigger than, just people traveling back. The president had to go back to Daura. I know the number of kilometers that he must have covered, even if it was, he traveled by air. The kilometers that he must have covered from Abuja, when you could sit down in your room and revalidate. I see some of these things, I'm not sure that whether it's something that we should be really celebrating when our children, register for JAM, from, just before their computers, when, you could also pre-register for driver's license from your home, when you could also transfer money to people from your room.
That should be capturing. We want to head count.
Wow.
And what about, wards where...
the remote places.
Yes, where access to internet is a problem.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Those are beautiful.
To cut them out of...
those are beautiful arguments. Those are beautiful arguments.
Yes.
But when you talk about revalidation, you are not just starting the party. You are revalidating.
So the party should have a database.
They're also doing for
I thought that they
new
should have
party members.
Yeah, I thought that they should have. Yes, I thought that they should have had database, particularly for. I was thinking. So I like the angle. Tunde said new members.
Of course,
President Buhari was one of those who signed the document.
That's revalidation. It was being revalidated.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow. I needed to do paperwork in the.
It's the 00001.
You see, my own question with all these things is that we are still marching. We're just driving forward and looking backwards in this country. The sense. The picture that I'm seeing is a picture of those days that I'm seeing. You remember the picture? You know the picture. Let me just tell you the picture that is in the Bible. That picture where Caesar says the people should go and be counted. That's the picture that I saw. That people had to travel.
That were backward.
That's traveling backward. Don't forget that was over 2,500 years, about 2,000 years plus now.
I thought if you want to register at your ward level, you go to the party secretariat at the ward level or whatever registration point is and register. It's called registration.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that yes, registration fine. But it's a march backwards.
Okay.
That's just it.
All right. I won't deny you the opportunity of having your say. Let's come to Oyo State. I'm interested in Oyo State more. A number of issues will arise from that meeting yesterday.
Okay.
One of the major issues from that meeting will be the issue of leadership of the APC in Oyo State. And so one question you will ask is, who is the leader of the APC in Oyo State? You know, I said it on Wednesday. I tagged along with you. I really want to know.
But you already know the leader.
You already know.
I don't know whether I know, but I tagged along Michael.
I listened to your program.
Yes, I tagged along Michael on sometime last week, and we were at the leader of one of the leaders of APC in Oyo State. I like you to listen to my encounter. It was hot in that room, actually. Let's listen to him here.
Please do tell me. If you tell me, I will agree with you. Even in the host.
We are in APC now.
Yes.
So, are you the leader of the APC in Oyo State?
What do you mean by the leader?
I'm asking.
I don't know what you mean by the leader. What am I?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you what am I?
I'm the one asking you.
Listen to me. Don't you think that water supply is your level? Don't I know my level? Don't know where I belong to. You don't know where I belong to. Don't you know where I belong to? Don't you know those who are my do I have anybody do I have any contemporary in the state today in APC? Please do tell me. If you tell me, I will agree with you. Even in the whole state, in the whole political arena, the only guy I have today is only Olatunbosun. In the whole, don't let us now talk of what do you call it? What do we call it? Don't let us talk about party. In the whole of Oyo State, the only political leader that can tell me I'm your leader today is Laria. Okay, maybe perhaps to Babolu Loyo.
He's still alive.
Who again? Who again has done what I've done? He said. Who again was once a local government chairman? Who again was one the deputy governor? Who again was one a governor? Who again was that there became the deputy governor again? Who again became governor again? It was not a mean achievement. That wasn't a mean achievement. Do I need to compare? Do I need to struggle leadership with anybody? What I will find is level. I know where I belong to. I know my contemporaries. I know those who can talk to me and those who cannot talk to me. I know people I should respect, and I know. And look, I'm a disciplined person. And if I should give you respect as a person, I know when to give that respect. I'm coming from a disciplined background. Don't forget, I came from a disciplined background, and I thought the discipline is right in me. Anybody you see crying about leadership, who are the people? Ask them. Am I their mate? I don't have any mates in the army. I'm in
APC.
In APC. Who is my mate in APC? Who have I not made in APC? Who has not passed through me?
What's the situation? That was Chief Otumba Adebayo Alawakala, the former governor of Oyo State there. So I'm not sure we will be debating who the leader is, but I just wanted to say that one of the major issues is leadership. The other issue is factions. It's faction. So let's discuss this issue. Okay. Let's start with Tunde.
You know, the position of the leader of a party is an unofficial position. You know, so the official position of former Governor Alawakala in the APC is that of the chairman of the Elders Advisory Council. But again, you cannot take, that away when it comes to playing real politics. And in that response, he's been very emphatic.
He was
in saying that, look, I am the leader of the party.
That I have no mate.
I have no mate. So we'll wait until somebody is ready to come out
and contest it.
So we'll take it that he's actually the leader of the party in Oyo State.
Okay, Michael, the leadership issue.
Yeah, the leadership issue should not even be, any, issue anymore, because
you're not a politician.
But he said that. He said, don't forget that. Just like Tunde said, leadership in any political party, when they say you are a national leader or whatever, is unofficial because it's not in any of their constitutions. I have the APC constitution before me here. There's nothing like leader. But you see, we need to track back. I have read the autobiography of Alawakala, Amazing Grace. He was saying that, in that book, he wrote that before the 2019 election, in fact, after the 2015 election, that he was invited by Asiwaju Tinubu to come to that party and help them to stabilize. But, there were issues, which was why he stepped out to contest in 2019, to say that he was contesting in 2019 because there were issues. It was supposed to be welcomed royally, but it didn't happen. Because more like there was some sort of rivalry between him and the immediate past governor at that time, because he had been in the party, and the party said that if you have a big fish, you should have a grand occasion to welcome him. So he had been in the party that long, except that he had not been given official assignment to do. So based on what he said now, we cannot argue with him that he's the party, and he has said that anybody who has a contrary view should come out and say, and he said he's not their mate. So I want to take what he has said, that to say that Oluwaseun Akinola is the leader in the party, although just like Tunde said that is unofficial.
But
and
the party
he was asked to perform a certain role. Reconciliation, the elders, and the rest of it to stabilize the party.
But the party will have a party chairman.
Yeah, the party definitely must have a party chairman, because that's what you have in their constitution.
That is not in doubt. The chairman of the caretaker committee, as we have it, is Chief Akinola.
Yeah.
But then again, some have also encouraged a kind of collegiate leadership, because remember that politically speaking, Chief Oluwaseun Akinola has spent more time outside of the APC than in the APC. All of those things you mentioned, being a chairman, was I think under AMPP, then deputy governor under PDP, governor under PDP. So there are so many people who have spent more time in the progressive. So to accept wholeheartedly that is their leader, it's not the same as maybe the position of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who all his life
consistently
has been within the same political tendency. So the likes of Senator Lanley, you will look at it and say, okay, Barrister Adebayo Shitu.
You met us, yeah.
Taslim Folari, and a host of others. Even Sunday Dare, the Honorable Minister, will look at himself and say, well, I'm one of the leaders.
Right, so that is one major issue. The other issue is this issue of factions. It was unequivocally mentioned that there shouldn't be Lamists, Unity Forum, Senako, or PDP reformed or something in the party. Is it possible for a political party like APC to exist without those tendencies?
Yeah. Those tendencies count for the numbers and for the configuration in the party, and for power play, power sharing, questions. But I think that if you are coming in based on those divides, once you get in, the party should make efforts to make equitable distribution of powers, to make it possible for everybody to be free to say their minds and not still be standing on those platforms, because those things are cracks in a party.
Those cracks come today. You can bear me witness. Those cracks usually come because of the distribution of positions.
Which for trust I said equitable.
Yes. Can the distribution be equitable really?
Well, I think for APC,
fairness,
they are in a very interesting situation, in the sense that they're in the opposition party in Oyo State. So we don't have them being able to distribute so many appointments, except for those at the federal level. And the configuration is a little bit different. The person that is occupying the highest position at the federal level from Oyo State is Sunday Dare, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, but is relatively new to Oyo politics. So right now, you can't decree away those factions. Yes, you can ban them.
You can't decree away those factions.
There should be no letterhead saying we are Senako, we are Lavist, we are Unity Forum, but they are always going to be there. Don't forget that even when the APC, won in 2015 and became the ruling party of Nigeria, the CPC tendencies, the ACN tendencies, the PDP tendencies, they were still very much alive. And you saw the first crack when they went to inaugurate the National Assembly, when the PDP tendencies were asking, okay, what's in it for us? And they were able to hijack the process to make one of theirs, Bukola Saraki, the Senate President. So there is no way you can decree away
those tendencies. So will this new invigorated renewal of strength bring those other people that are left in anger? Number of names flash my mind right now. Will they be able to bring them back into the party?
It looks like they are back.
I'm looking like that, someone like Olatunbosun, for instance.
For now, he's been off the political space.
Yes.
He's not. He's supposed to be the face of the Lamist group, but then again, we have some senior Lamists. At the stakeholders meeting yesterday, Alhaji Fatai Bikunle was actually a PA to late Lamadeshino. Then was a very prominent figure, but for now, he's apolitical. He has said that on this station. He has also said it, in a one-on-one conversation.
Gosh.
So.
We watch.
we'll watch. Basically. All right, so we stay up political.
Yeah, of course, we'll watch. We'll take a break and be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Splash FM 105.5.
When we enter the place, we feel less. We feel less. We feel no one, we feel less. Got the energy, we feel less. We feel less. But wherefore, yeah, we feel less. More positive, more feel less. Got the energy, we feel less.
Fearless energy drink comes in 2 exciting flavors, classic and red berry. So when you need that refreshing energy boosting beverage, drink Fearless. Fearless, energy of Nigeria.
Energy, we feel less.
You haven't touched your food since I saved it.
Darling, I'm very worried and I'm tired of spending huge amount of money repeatedly on electronic appliances that keep breaking down. It's frustrating.
Daddy, the washing machine has stopped working.
Oh, not again.
Solar Telecoms and Electronics Store, the Jagaban of phones and electronics, is the one sure place to get quality electronic appliances at the lowest price. In fact, Solat is currently offering you 20% discount on flat screen TVs, deep freezers, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, and other appliances. Visit Solat Electronics showroom today at J. Allen Dugbe, Solat Mega Store, Mokola Isolat Building, Mokola Palms Mall, and Challenge for all brands of electronic appliances and phones. Remember, Solat Electronics is offering 20% discount on all purchases. For inquiries, call 0701 684 1630. Solat Telecoms, you deserve the best.
God doesn't find that. When they talk about find out the remedy, they learn from where we did. Because to find it easy for me. I wanted that this will be say easy way for me. Now linking my NIN to my glow line. Don't tell me, bro. I feel just first that pick up my phone. Go use the USSD code by dialing *109* my NIN hash. Quickly, I go just text my NIN to 109. I feel also visit glowworld.com/NIN on top my super fast internet. If I come the area where we say Glow World near me, let's just walk enter. And if you don't forget your NIN, dial *346#. You don't get them back. Some people there, they call the ask question. We don't call register for NIN. Don't worry yourself. Just walk enter any nearest Glow World. No let them disconnect you from all the amazing voice and data offers where they inside Glow. Linking your NIN. They're safe and it's 100% free with zero wahala.
Glow, grandmasters of data.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you go to share with the other neighbors.
Now the toilet be this.
What's happen?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this, eh?
Yes, now. See what's in they use take cleaner and kill the yama germs come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner. Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with Hypo toilet cleaner to keep it sparkling clean and germ free. Available in sachet for 35 naira only. Madam, now 2 years landlord one collect.
We go pay for 6 years, eh?
I won't tell you the secret of better food. Now the no chicken and classic seasoning powder. The ingredient that take make am na natural by nature, like real chicken, rosemary, black and white pepper, garlic, onion, parsley, mushroom, coriander. If you knack no seasoning powder for inside your jollof, fried rice, egusi, and all other soup, you go know say flavor pass flavor. No seasoning powder, natural by ingredients, bang by flavor.
ti ṣí ilẹ̀kùn ìrìnàjò mímọ́ sí Jerusalem níbi tí gbogbo ọmọ Ọlọ́run ti ń gbárí ẹ̀ lópin láti pàṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ aláràgbà ìdánì You Fit Fly ti sáà yìí Olúwa ṣì ń dára ní ìrìnàjò mímọ́ lọ sí Jerusalem tí àyànfẹ́ olórin ẹ̀mí evangelist Bísí Aláwìyé Àlùkò yóò máa léwájú ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ikọ̀ àti ìríjú Ọlọ́run prophet Sam Olúalọ́ bàbá Adámimógo àti prophetess Ọlákànmí Jùmọ̀kẹ́ odidi ọ̀sẹ̀ kan gbáko la máa lò ní Jerusalem bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Tuesday May 18 títí di Tuesday May 25 2021 torí pé ọba alára ti ń dára lẹ́yìn tí kòró gbégi dínà tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀nà ti ṣí o. You can't afford to miss out on this, so therefore be a part of Oluwaseun Jerusalem special pilgrimage. Hurry now to You Fit Fly office at Block 8 Plot 15 Oluyole Main Estate Ring Road Ibadan or call
0813-070-1182 08025249280.
Website youfitfly.com. Má gbẹ̀yìn nínú ìrìnàjò mímọ́ sí Jerusalem torí pé Oluwaseun dára. You Fit Fly says, stay safe.
Yẹ̀ló ìkéde pàtàkì lélẹ́yìí o fún ẹ̀yin oníbàárà wa ọ̀wọ́n tí ẹ kò tí ì ní NIN tàbí tí ẹ kò tí ì so NIN yín pọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ìlà MTN yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣẹ láti NCC MTN yóò máa so National Identification Number NIN yín pọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ìtanilólobó àkọsílẹ̀ ìforúkọ síìmù yín tẹ́ ẹ ti pèsè tẹ́lẹ̀ kó lè rọ̀ yín lọ́rùn ọ̀nà méjì rèé láti ṣe é ìkíní ẹ lọ sórí My MTN app ìkejì ẹ pè *785*NIN# tí ẹ kò bá ní NIN ẹ lọ sí www.nimc.gov.ng láti ṣàwárí ibùdó ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tó súnmọ́ yín láti forúkọsílẹ̀ ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ rántí yàtọ̀ sí ìlà tí ẹ fi ń pè gangan ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ so NIN yín pọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo ìlà yín yòókù àti àwọn síìmù dátà yín bíi MiFi iNetflix àti àwọn mìíràn tí ẹ máa ń lò lórí àtàgbà MTN ìkéde yìí ṣe pàtàkì ká má bàa já yín kúrò lórí àtàgbà ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìsopọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ìlà yín kó tó di ọjọ́ kẹsàn-án oṣù kejì ọdún 2021.
No one we feel less, got the energy we feel less. Yeah, we feel less. Forever, yeah, we feel less. More positive, more feel less, got the energy we feel less.
Fearless energy drink comes in 2 exciting flavors, classic and red berry. So when you need that refreshing energy boosting beverage, drink Fearless. Fearless, energy of Nigeria.
Energy we feel less.
Splash FM 105.5.
Welcome back. It's Splash 105.5 FM. It's our home run. We have about 9 minutes. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. These are the numbers you can call and be part of the conversation right now. We'd like to hear from you and hear your perspective. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Splash FM.
John Akinola.
Okay, 0809 155 1055 if you want to be part of the discussion.
You know, yes. When I saw the roll call of,
the men and the women and the gladiators.
That's where the stakeholders from yesterday. I mean, naturally you would think, oh wow, this party is, going to give the incumbents a run for.
It's fired up.
Yes, but you see, this is not the end of the road. I still see a lot of battles ahead, for the APC, even more for the APC than for the PDP. You see, the PDP, they have more or less their own house settled, except if the governor, that's Engineer Seyi Makinde, decides not to run in 2023. I mean, his ticket is not going to be in doubt for a second time.
Okay.
But in the APC, that's
who is likely going to be?
Ambition could be a major problem. That will,
that could make or mar the party.
Yes.
Who
all those people that you saw yesterday.
I would have asked again that when you look at that roll call, really, like you said, who would you consider the center force, a rallying point, like Ajimobi would have been if he were to be here?
For now, we really can't. There are many of them. but the most prominent has to be, former Governor Adebola Alawakala. You can't, question his political weight. In Oyo State, it's been a force, since 1999, basically, and is a grassroots politician to the core. He knows his audience. There are also so many other people that, if they're able to. The good thing is that Alawakala is not going to run for any election again. He has made that clear, that he has assumed the position of an elder statesman right now. Somebody like Femi Lanley, Senator Femi Lanley is also not a pushover in politics. I do not see him also, running in 2023 because I think he should be around 67, going to 68 now. So all things being equal, these are people who should, give room. Especially, if you're going to be pushing somebody to run against, a 54-year-old in 2023, then it shouldn't be a 70-something-year-old. So I think these leaders, if they're able to manage the affairs of the party right, there are so many, people that, they could push forward to, challenge for different positions at different levels. It's still a strong party. Right now, they have about 10 out of the 14 House of Rep position.
Yes.
So they're in a unique position. They have 2 out of the 3 senators and about 5, if not more, in the House of Assembly. So Oyo State, as always, will be a place of interest, at the next general election.
Okay, Michael.
Yes. Well, when you talk about, bringing the House together, just like Tunde said, Alawakala seems to have the pedigree to do that. But my own concern, based on the trend of the conversation is, won't there be cracks again in the party because there are so many gladiators? Okay, so he was talking about land laying, and the fact is that many of these guys are serial contenders. So you begin to have, you even have an Adebayo Shitty.
So there has to be a point where you stop contesting. We used to have, Alaji Yekin Adiojo. There has to be a point where you
have to say no. Let the young guys go
resources
ahead.
Are also no longer on your side.
Then we'll supply the logistics and all other things and the rest of it.
So you begin to negotiate for other things.
But I also think that the big guys in this party needs to understand that philosophy that Tunde was talking about. If you are running against a young incumbent, you also need to bring a young person who has history, who has power, who has knowledge, who has the wherewithal, and all of you can then band behind that person and give that support. Unfortunately, these things don't happen in Nigeria. You remember what happened just when after their primaries to select or elect, as the case may be, a governorship candidate, you begin to see splinters, people forming progressive, people forming something, people forming Kinecon Force, and the rest of it. And it's
something Vanguard.
Something Vanguard and the rest of it. It just bothers me that if all of you rally behind this guy and he succeeds, isn't it still your party?
But you see, politics is about interest.
It's about Jagba,
and
right?
With interest, you have conflict, because don't forget that. People are in this for a reason. Nobody's, all this registration, all this revalidation, and other stuff. It's not for anything, but it's supposed to be a claim to power. So expect those intrigues to play out again as we move forward.
And those intrigues usually break parties, really. Would that be internal democracy? Do you see it?
Well, you just said that, the APC agreed that there shall be democratic, there will be democracy in the party. Don't forget that Jega had been saying that.
Reading papers.
Let's stick to it.
There's no party that will say, in our party,
there will be no internal democracy.
But I thought they had repented, right?
Sorry? What do you mean repented?
I thought they had repented, right?
They're all the same.
we have to go. We have to go, really. But let's tell our listener that this is a new one. We're just starting also. We're just letting you know that more political crossfire, or, fire out. People will be bringing in issues here. We'll also bring in people that will come and talk about their political parties. So we're zeroing in on APC today, tomorrow it might be PDP. Nothing stops us from discussing any political party.
You know, there's I wouldn't even call it quiet anymore. There's a blowout, crisis, so to say, between the tendencies loyal to, the governor of Oyo State and the former governor of Ekiti.
Yes, I'm interested.
Governor Wike was in town some days ago. They couldn't even meet.
Didn't show up.
That's to tell you the extent of what is going on.
So I'm interested in discussing that. I remember I spoke with the National Police Secretary of a PDP some weeks back, and he told me that he would like to feature here. So look forward to meeting him here very soon. I will bring those questions up to him. Michael, thank you for coming on the program.
Anytime.
Today, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We hope to do more of this. And Bosso, thank you also for your assistance and the nudging. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. May Nigeria succeed.